What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Maverick Raven coming at you with another one. And on this one, I don't even know what to say anymore, man. Things are getting to the point where I'm kind of ashamed to be a former cop because things are getting kind of crazy here, man. Law enforcement is just doing things that they really shouldn't be doing, man. We're going to get into this video. Before we do, please like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. And let's see how bad it is, man. Let's see how bad it is together, I guess. Government, you know what I'm saying?
Ordered Google to hand over the names, addresses, telephone numbers, and user activity of those who watch certain YouTube videos. The feds were trying to track down a criminal and were apparently tracking you in the process. The senior national correspondent Kevin Corke is live in D.C. with the big news about Big Brother.
Here's the thing with this, okay? Two things. One, I believe it was Obama's NSA and obviously the IRS. They were both weaponized to such a degree that it was this type of shit. And two, whenever you get a warrant as a police officer, okay, let's say you're looking for drug paraphernalia, right? You don't say that you're looking for the scales of a drug dealer or whatever that he's trying to measure. You don't say shit like that. What you say is, I'm looking for tiny pills that are drugs, that are illicit drugs. Excuse me. And the reason behind that is because that warrant then lets you search, if you get it signed, obviously, and it gets approved. That warrant lets you search anywhere where tiny pills can be found. Now, they obviously were looking for somebody. I'm guessing they found them. Who knows? And they probably found a bunch of other people that they're going to snag up because this Gestapo bullshit regime is going crazy. You guys thought that Trump was a Nazi? You guys thought he was a fascist? Y'all thought he was Hitler, Mussolini, and all the other horrible names, Mao, all the other horrible names in history. Y'all called him these names. And what is happening? Tell me, with the DOJ right now under Biden. This shit is crazy. This shit happened again under another Democratic president, and then Trump came along, and then you didn't hear about shit like this happening. And then guess what? We get another Democrat, and hey, business as usual for the feds. And before anybody says this shit about, oh, if you're not doing anything wrong, you shouldn't be worried. First off, fuck you. I'm sorry to say it. Like, I'm not, there's no other way to approach a person that says that. You have to tell them to go fuck themselves. You have to tell them to go pound sand. Because here's the thing, dude. You should never, as an innocent person, be monitored by the government. And let me tell you something. When I tell you that the government has a long arm that can stretch really, really far, like Mr. Fantastic and shit, that's the government, bro. And you don't want that in your life. I'm telling you. Trust me.
Kevin, good evening.
Evening, Trace. According to Forbes, the government asking Google to give up names, addresses, phone numbers, and user activity of all account users who accessed certain YouTube videos back in January of 2023, as you mentioned, as part of a larger criminal investigation. Now,
I'm probably on that list right the fuck now, man. And if you're watching this video, chances are you might be on that list too. You know why? Because every time that they do this shit, it seems like they basically don't want you to do your own research. They don't want you to be conservative. They don't want you to listen to the conservative message. They don't want anything that is not the mainstream message. The message.
in another instance, police also asked Google to provide a list of accounts that viewed and or interacted with YouTube live streams that could lead to information, again, on what they claim was a police search. Privacy experts tell Fox Business Tonight this discovery is absolutely terrifying, saying it allows the police to target people for simply consuming content. Quote, "It's unconstitutional, it's terrifying, and it's happening every day. These YouTube warrants are just as chilling, allowing police to target people simply for the content they consume. No one should fear and knock at the door from police simply because of what YouTube's algorithm serves up."
Okay, so that framed it a little differently. Oh, you're not in control of what you watch and shit. YouTube is just making you watch these things. But the reality is, you should be able to, in a free country, to watch anything you want, as long as it's not, something disgusting. And I think we all know what disgusting means. I don't have to talk about it and outline it specifically. As long as you have something that is illegal for an actually good reason, because someone is being victimized, I don't see why. Dude, wait. This is stuff that's on YouTube. YouTube is so tame, bro. This isn't even Rumble. Rumble, where everything goes, is the Wild Wild West, and I love it. I just haven't been able to figure out how to get my videos on there. To be fair, I haven't tried. But that's the thing. YouTube is so tame, bro. So tame. So what on earth? And of course, they're not going to give you the criteria, because then it ruins the criminal search. Even though they probably got the guy or girl or whatever. They got the guy already. And this is over already. But they're still doing this. I guarantee you they're doing this. If they admit to this just now, they've been doing this forever, for a long time. Okay? And now, the pigeons have come home to roost. If you would pardon the idiom.
Now, the discovery also comes as Meta is said to be changing its algorithm to restrict Instagram users' access to political information. And, of course, as an upcoming Supreme Court ruling could set new standards for free speech. And while it's still unclear...
Don't do your own research. Don't look at this. Just trust. The source is trust me, bro. That's the source.
Tonight, if Google gave authorities the requested information, the company tells Fox Business this evening, quote, "We have a rigorous process designed to protect the privacy and constitutional rights of our users." It goes on.
Yeah.
We examine each demand for legal validity, consistent with developing case law, and we routinely push back against overbroad or otherwise inappropriate demands for user data, including objecting to some demands entirely.
Oh,
now, the
for
DOJ
you.
tonight has yet to respond to our request for comment. It is...
What a surprise that the DOJ has no comment. What a fucking surprise.
a huge story, a bombshell, some would say, Trace, one that will obviously garner further examination.
Guys, I'm just a YouTuber, a very small one. You don't have to take my advice or anything. You don't have to take anybody's advice, regardless, right? Because if you're listening to me, chances are you're in a free nation. But freedom is being redefined, apparently on a daily basis. And it's going to be redefined by a government that does not care about you. A government that wants you to do what they say, give them money, and shut up. They don't want peaceful protests. They don't want you to have any type of say in what goes on. They want to do it their way, and you just pay taxes, and you just be a good bitch and shut the fuck up. We are basically pigs and or slaves to them, if you want to look at it that way. Now, obviously, we're not slaves in the traditional sense, but if you're getting taxed to live in a state, and then you're getting taxed on the house that you have, and then you're getting taxed every time you buy something that's not food, Or sometimes you buy something that is food and you're still getting taxed. Our forefathers, and I say this as an immigrant, but our forefathers did not want this. Think about how little, how small of a tax the Civil War, the Revolutionary War happened. And it happened over, obviously, a variety of things. But it also happened because they added a small tax, a very small tax. And we're just taking it. We're taking it. And you know why we're taking it? Because we're boiling frogs. And for those that don't know that idiom, you put frogs in just cool water, they won't know it. But the cool water's in a pot on a stove. But they don't know what a stove is. Now, if you put that and you put it all the way up, they're going to jump out immediately. So what do? You raise the temperature little by little, little by little, little by little, little by little. Now all of a sudden you got some boiled frogs. And that's what we are. Can we stop this? Dude, honestly, I don't know how. I don't see a way to stop it. I mean, I do, but I can't preach it on YouTube, if you know what I'm saying. Just be careful out there. That's all I'm going to say. You guys be good, be safe, be good to one another, stay based.